Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of AzBytes, where we're diving into the fun and exciting world of Gen AI and how businesses can become AI ready. I'm Ty, and as always, we've got the fantastic, amazing John with me, but today we've got a special guest, Aaron, a senior specialist in data and AI, and welcome Aaron to the show.
Thanks for having me, Ty and John. I'm actually quite excited to discuss this topic with you.
Yeah, absolutely great to see you, Aaron. I tell you what, should we just dive straight in? I know we're going to be talking around three specific areas of how businesses can get themselves Gen AI ready. Can we start by exploring some of these, Ty, and get your insights?
Sure. So skills readiness is, I think, where we kick off with. So it is important for organisations to have people within their business that have a fairly deep understanding of AI technology, and importantly, how to scale it strategically within the business, and that will become a little bit more apparent as we go through the other topics. That does require investing in training, freeing up some time for those individuals, and this includes both technical skilling and strategic thinking, which basically enables you to leverage AI effectively and at scale.
Wow, that's really insightful, Aaron. Moving to team readiness, what does that entail and why is it important for businesses adopting AI?
So team readiness is probably a little bit broader than most people think, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. So look, we've already discussed that we need people who've got an understanding of AI and also an understanding of the tool sets that can help AI scale. And obviously we're talking about generative AI in this particular instance. This team should be capable of moving ideas from conception to testing and then into production. It's important for them to be scalable, meaning they can grow and adapt as the business's AI needs evolve. Importantly, though, the collaboration part with the business. Right. So if we're going to shout out the concept of being able to take what the latest bits of technology can do for a business back into the business, and then relaying the business's ideas back into the technology sphere for them to help execute effectively.
Oh, really great points. Yeah, no, super points, Aaron. I know that we talked again, the last point that we wanted to chat around was data. And the data that AI is used to get it grounded. You know, why is that an important thing? And what steps would businesses need to take to make sure that their data is ready for AI?
Yeah, so this is really important. This is fundamentally one of the most important parts, right, that needs to be considered. So my background before joining Microsoft was probably around 12 years of looking at master data management and data governance. So this is like a broken record in terms of the messaging, but it's entirely relatable to generative AI. So before we were talking about how prescriptive and predictive analytics is made better if you've got governed, controlled and best in breed data. It isn't much different for generative AI. Now, if we start looking at being able to understand data governance and security, it is essential to protect sensitive information and comply with regulations. Right, proper data will help businesses maximize the benefits of AI whilst maintaining trust and security. So, in a short, your security guys are happy. If they're happy, you can then start leveraging that data upstream, and then we do have technology that will allow you to then access those data sets, view large language models in a controlled way from a security base. Does that make sense, John or Ty?
It certainly does, and thank you, Aaron, for sharing your expertise in these key three topics. It's clear that skills readiness, team readiness, and data readiness are all critical for businesses to be successful.
And I was just curious, guys, is there a particular order that we need to carry these out on, or can we kind of do them all in parallel? What do you think?
So that's a question that people think that they can run these in sequential order. It all depends on how quickly you want to go. My view on it is we should always be trying to treat our data in the right way from day one, and this is a great excuse to do that. And that takes time. It really does. We can approach data governance with unstructured information tactically for tactical use cases. It's not a problem, but for us to be able to move quickly, we really need to start having a posture around how we're going to treat data well. Simultaneously, people aren't skilled up overnight, and we don't also develop teams who can align to relatively new technology. So with all those three pillars, I think the best thing to do, if we looked at it sequentially, we could end up taking a year before we get anywhere. But if we want to move quickly, if we trust that the technology can work in the ways we want it to, we kind of need to do all three at once.
So that's the top three positives, but where we've got positives, we've always got a negative. So Aaron, just can you explain to us where organisations normally fall down, please?
100%. So data privacy and security, which we've covered, that's why data is important, right? Bias and fairness, and also understanding whether or not those use cases that we're looking at can actually pass some sort of ethical review. That is something that we advocate, and I advocate anyway. So that's something that needs to be considered. That does take time to get through. And finally, the scalability and integration side of things. We really need to work on what our strategy could look like and fundamentally understand what an underlying architecture could be. I think if we start looking at sort of those core gotchas, one of the things I suppose it is a good example of something that myself and Ty and John are working on at the moment, where we're trying to get through some of the barriers of AI readiness. So we're working with a number of clients and we're working internally on how we execute this. We're actually taking large corpuses of information that have traditionally not really been understood. And then this is quite a cool use of technology. We're in essence passing large language models through it to create up-to-date metadata. Now, obviously, we're using technology and compute to do that, which comes at a cost. But fundamentally, when we move that data as part of the process, we move it into an area where large language models can get hold of index data and use it for whatever purpose they see fit, obviously if it fits the right security level, but at the same time, because we've got the right metadata and information around it, we can then start invoking data lifecycle management. So we actually start reducing costs on the data at the same time. So we're truly optimizing for cost effectiveness whilst sort of being ready. So these gotchas, we can actually start working on those at scale, and pretty much, just by taking a few actions and thinking into the future just a short while, we can kind of get rid of these quite quickly. Does that make sense?
It certainly does, Aaron, and thank you very much. Aaron, if viewers want more information, where should they go?
We have loads of resources around different areas and aspects and the things that we've covered today. I'd say, look, one area, if you want to go and use our playground in Azure AI Foundry, please go and do that. It's not just a playground, but there are playgrounds that exist within Foundry, and give it a good look through and understand how Foundry can help you manage models, deploy quickly, and also start using some of the accelerators that we've got in there just by uploading some data as a starting point. There's various links around strategy. We've got Microsoft events and training courses you can just jump onto. They're fully updated constantly. And I'd shout out, if you want a bit of fun, or if somebody wants to get involved in sort of breaking a world record, I think there's a link there for Microsoft AI Skills Fest, which is about to launch in the next month or so. So have a look at that. And yeah.
Awesome stuff. No, thank you, Aaron. Brilliant stuff. Lots of useful information there for our viewers to get stuck into. So, look, really a pleasure to have you on this episode, Aaron, and always great to see you as well, Ty. So, there we have it, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of AzBytes. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you never miss an update, and leave any questions or comments below. And of course, as Aaron said, check out those links in the description and go and have some fun with AI, and good luck. So till next time, we will all see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.